We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Welcome back. We took a little break. This is Coffee with Jenni and Dre. This is a new season. This is a new season. What you mean? We on episode 51.
Episode 51.
Well, but this is a new season.
Okay.
But like I said, we are back. Hey, I know y'all missed us, man. We appreciate y'all sticking along with us, man, on this journey of ours. Like I said, this is Coffee with Jenni and Dre. I'm Dre. That's my beautiful co-host. What's going on?
We're back.
What you been doing on this little old break, this little time we've been having?
What have we been doing?
Yeah. Talk to me.
Just kids, life, family, coffee.
Yeah.
Drama.
Okay. Yeah.
Kids.
Yeah, talk about
it.
Yeah, talk about it.
You know, all the
good stuff. But did you enjoy the break?
Yeah, it wasn't much of a break. We're
2 weeks.
Yeah, okay. Went to Waco.
Yeah.
That was fun. Got to see Candace. What up, Candy? Got to hang out with her, which we don't get to do very often.
Yep.
Let's see. Weren't the kids sick at some point in this break? No, that was last break.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been good. My mom came down, so got to see her.
Cool.
We've had some changes in gymnastics.
Yeah.
Going to a new spot starting in April.
Cool.
So we've had a little break from having to rush home, get dressed, do gymnastics. So we have a month break of that, which I'm loving right now.
Yeah.
The hustle and bustle of the back and forth.
Yeah.
I feel like what else is? We took our little couples trip to.
We did.
We didn't
do a couples trip because we're together.
We're a couple.
Yeah.
We took a.
Yeah. Whatever you say. Yeah. But a couples trip, I'm thinking a couple couples went with us.
No, just me and you.
We took a trip.
We went to our favorite hotel.
Yeah.
That is our favorite hotel. Are we giving them a shout out?
Hotel Emma.
Hotel
in San
Emma
Antonio.
in San Antonio. It is just amazing.
Tell her how I made these three ladies' day. Go ahead and tell the people how I made these three.
Are you talking about yesterday?
No. I made them ladies' day another day.
Okay.
The three ladies at Hotel Emma.
So we go to Hotel Emma, and it is just like our happy place. I don't know. From the smell of it to the customer service is insane.
Yeah.
The rooms are all great.
Let's get to the story though. Yeah.
I'm getting there. I'm prepping. I'm in bliss. Okay. So I'm happy while we're there.
Yeah.
We're drinking. We figured out we like margaritas a lot in San Antonio. I have never been a margarita drinker in my life. I hate tequila. Went to San Antonio. Their margaritas changed my life.
Off the hook.
I could drink those every day. So we're drinking margaritas. We go into their bar area, and there's these three ladies sitting there, and it looked like you could tell they had been friends. We found out two are sisters, but forever. And they were doing some sentimental stuff, like presenting one with something, and the other one was trying to video the situation.
They was presenting one. The two sisters were presenting a certificate of adopting the other one
as a sister,
yeah,
which of course,
cool.
they were it's not legal, but it's just the gesture of, we want you to be a part of our family and we see you as a sister, which I thought was so cute.
Yeah.
So of course we spark up a conversation because it was her birthday and she had cake with
we sung to her.
And we sung happy birthday to her. And the waiter kept trying to take their cake. They left this little sliver of cake and they weren't touching it. So there was 2 times he tried to pick it up from the table and they were like, leave the cake. And then she would look at me like, what? Who keeps trying to take our cake?
But we had a good conversation with us.
Just had a good conversation. And Andre picks up their bill without them knowing, of course, because that's what you do.
I do it.
And we leave and say bye to them and go to the room. So, of course, they didn't know that you picked up their bill.
Yeah.
And then the next morning, they had found out what room we were in and left us the sweetest note, just thanking us and happy to meet us. And all that great.
Be
greatness.
good humans, people. Be good humans. That's the most important thing.
It's just cool who you can meet when you're open and in a good mood and drinking tequila.
Yeah, facts. Right. Yeah,
you can meet people.
That's a little quick story.
Another quick story.
It's time to jump into the pod.
Yesterday, I'm getting my hair done.
Okay, tell the
which
story.
I probably she didn't put the barrier cream on my forehead, and so I had 2 inches of brown dye across my forehead. Meanwhile, my husband walks in as I'm getting my head washed.
Fellas, take notes of what Dre did. Go ahead, talk to him.
Let me
My
do
bad.
the
do your thing.
lifting you up right now.
Take notes.
He walks in with a dozen red roses.
Red roses.
And of course, it's like a salon full of women.
Yeah.
So they're all like, what? And I'm like, what? Who is this?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the man I started dating 20 years ago coming in with
Talk to him.
a handful of roses. Not only did he give me roses as I was getting my head washed with dye all over my face, he gets a picture of it, which I looked awful. But then he goes and pays for my hair, which, listen.
Fellas, take notes.
I wish I had
man.
got like highlights that day. That way you could
take notes.
paid for that
Take
moment.
Notes, fellas.
So pays for my haircut and then leaves. And I'm like, oh, awesome. Like, I don't even have to stop on the way out. I'm literally done. Courtney, my hairstylist, she comes over and she's like, I've never got to meet your husband. And one of the girls was like, hey, your client's boyfriend just came here. And she was like, what client? And they pointed to me and she was like, Jenni better not have a boyfriend. What do you mean? So she's like, oh, it was her husband. And so she was sad she didn't get to meet you. You didn't get to see her. But as I'm checking out, I just wonder why women have the nerve to say this, because should we talk? I'll tell you two stories real quick. I'm checking out. This lady is for sure my mom's age, which is fine. Don't care. She's checking me out. She has no idea how to use the computer system. Bless her heart. She's trying. So all I'm trying to do is buy conditioner. That's all I need is some conditioner. It took her at least 15 minutes to check me out with she tried to charge me $358. And I was like, ma'am, I don't think this is right. Oh, $115 is better, right? And I was like, how much is the conditioner?
Yeah.
And then she was so confused. Anyway, she was like, well, I'm flustered. I don't know why I'm so flustered, but that was your husband, right? And I was like, yeah. And I could tell she wanted to say something else, but she like held it in. And I was like, that was weird. What was she about to say? Because she was like, and then kind of didn't. And then she was like, okay, I'm just going to say it. She's like, I know I'm old enough to be your mom, but that man is good looking. I was like,
as she say that, I need this camera right here to like really zoom into my eyes. Like zoom into
whatever. And I was like, okay. Like when they say, and so that's when I was like, yeah, I just told him, I tell him he has to stay in the house at all times. And she just started laughing. I was like,
story you want to
he's
tell?
Not allowed to go out. So here's my question. Like, if I had a friend whose husband, or not even a friend, I see someone out and that's their husband, never in life am I going to be like, whew, your husband. Like, never.
Tell them the story about the Christmas party.
I'm going to. Which I love her. So I hope she does. If she watches, I love you. Yeah. But it was weird and awkward. We're at a Christmas party, which of course people are drinking. So maybe that had something to do with it. But I'm having a conversation with my good friend, and then it's really her friend. But because we always hang out with these people, we see them a lot. And so she's like, Jenni, I'm sorry, but Andre gave me a hug and I felt his stomach. And I was like, okay. And she was like, whew, she was going to pass out or something. And I was like, and Ashley, you know how Ashley is? She was like, what are you saying right now? And I was like, what is she saying right now? And she was like, I just can't imagine. And like, she was like getting hot, like talking about you. And I'm like, this is a very weird conversation we're having right now.
I'm just saying.
This is a very weird conversation, but I don't hold it against her. Baby, you fine. I get it.
Hey.
I get it.
Camera again. Zoom into these eyes.
So how often do your friends talk about me?
Men don't do that shit.
How often are they like, who?
Men
your
don't
wife.
Do that. Men don't do that. We don't play them games. I think women are just more, we don't play them games like that. We just don't do it. Can we get into the pod now after you tell your stories?
I think that's all the
stories. We jumping into this pod right now, man. We got a few things. We're going to have to try to get through them. We might not get through them all. But
we got some time.
You know, I want to jump on this because I was listening to Ryan Clark. They were talking about like how he wished his kids understood like how it was back in the day to have to call a girl that you like on a landline phone. It was like it's like basically where I'd be like, if I called your house and your mom or your dad answered the phone, I'd be like, how you doing, Mr. McKissick? How you doing, Miss McKissick? Yeah. This is Andre. Is Jenni home? Like those things. Because now they don't it skips us now. Yeah. It doesn't reach us anymore. So like,
that's very true.
Though I wish like our kids had to understand how that was, or when like the boy called your house, or like when I would call and somebody, because at first it wasn't no three-way, or it wasn't no where you had to It was always a busy signal.
Yeah.
And then is it three-way when it came when it wasn't busy, or you heard like the beeping sound?
Well,
Call wait.
call
That's what it's called.
waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was
And then there was a three-way when you didn't know there was a three-way happening.
Yeah, like somebody could be on the other line and y'all, you know what I'm saying, trying to set up the boy or do something crazy like that. Yeah. But how many times like were you getting phone calls from like boys and like how did they talk to your mom? Like, it happened.
Because
I remember calling.
So I got my own number though in high school. I had my own
at first we didn't get ours.
Did I have my own number? I feel like I did because I had that like purple phone that you could see through and you could see every wire to the phone, you know, and it would light up. Yeah. But I know that I could create my own, like leave a message. Because I had
music playing.
I had so one of Brian's friends really pissed him off one time because I had that kiss me. I don't know why.
Okay.
I didn't even like that song, but apparently I did. So the only way you would know I had that is if you were calling me, right?
Yeah.
Well, one of Brian's friends, it was a guy, he was a good-looking guy at another school. He had beef with my brother one time and was like, well, that's how I know. So he started singing that song, and that's how he let him know that I know your sister's voicemail sounds like. And ooh,
did y'all talk? Did you talk to the dude?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But yeah, so I just thought that was cool, and I wish like kids understood that time.
You know what I wish? What's going back to that is. Then you were involved. The parents were involved without having to be involved. You knew who was calling your kid. You knew who she was talking to or he was talking to. And so you knew who the kid was and like a little bit about him. Now, like we have no idea who's going to be calling their phones or who's texting their phones and what are they saying.
Yeah. And sometimes I would like my sister's done it or I've done it to my sister.
Pick up the phone?
No, not that. It would be like, well, if my sister pick up the phone and it'd be like a girl that I didn't want to talk to, I'd be like, doing it in the back, like because
I'm not here today.
I'm not here type of thing, and your sister pick up, like it was just a bunch of that, and then you had to use the phone separately until you got your own line. Like if Hannah was on the phone, then I would have to wait.
You'd have to wait, or you could go pick up the phone and listen to their conversation. You could like hold down the thing and like slowly let it up.
Yeah. Those were like these kids would never know
those are good times.
How dope that was.
Those are really good times. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, so I thought that was when he was talking about it, just took me way back to those days where I was calling, hey, how you doing, Miss McKissick? Is Jenni available?
Is that what you were calling?
Well, you gotta change that voice up. You can't be
your friendly voice.
You gotta be super
And then when
friendly.
I get on the phone, what does it sound like?
What's up, baby? Shit, what's poppin'? You sneaking out tonight?
No, I never snuck out.
I'm talking to the other Jenni.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you weren't talking to Jenni. Okay. You were talking to
somebody.
Brittany.
Whoa. No, who's that?
That's just someone that would, Brittany sounds like someone that would sneak out.
Yeah.
You were talking to Candace. We'll do it like that.
Yeah, no, whatever. But that throws into like another segue of like funny conversations that I've been having with, like we've been having with the kids. Like,
my kids are crazy.
Blake and Cora, our 9 and 10-year-old, they just have like, they just say the funniest darnest shit. Like when we was driving, they were like, hey dad, were you popular in high school? And I was like, what do you mean very popular? Like I was the man. And just random questions that they asked like that.
So I think you hung up the phone after that. Yeah. Were we on the phone with you?
No, I thought we was in a car on that one.
Okay, well, because then they were like, Mom, were you popular? And so then I had to like, since you think you're so popular, I was like, yeah, I was class favorite. I was prom. I was homecoming. I was like saying all these things. And then Corey goes, okay, Mom, you don't have to rub it in. I was like,
and then
why does Dad get to like say how cool he is?
Because I was.
And then when I
really
say
cool.
I was cool too,
you really wasn't that cool though. And then they asked, Dad, how many girlfriends did you have?
Like, what? And then your response was ridiculous.
What did I say?
Not enough.
Talk to him, pops.
No, don't
Not
talk
enough.
to him.
And
you had more than enough.
And then, Blakeland was telling me about. She was telling me about, because she goes to this Bible thing on Wednesday, and she was like, Abraham had a lot of kids. Like God promised Abraham a lot of kids, right? In the Bible, it says to where he can't see, just plethora of kids. And Blake asked me the other day, did God promise you the same thing? Cause we got all these kids.
All
I was like,
these
yeah.
kids. Yep.
He sure
Basically,
did.
she also was like, remember when she walked in the house and she was like, so girls have one ribs guys have one rib and girls have two. She thought one rib and two ribs. They've been reading their Bible every night. It's
They've
funny.
been getting it in.
Ooh,
So
I just found some money in my pocket.
those conversations with the kid. Put that money back in there.
Whoop.
What you think? I put that in there.
You did not.
I did.
This is my money.
I
Okay.
did. Let's talk about one thing I want to. Do I want to talk about one more
They also-
lighthearted thing before I get into
well,
some serious shit?
Are you going to talk about the kids and asking about divorce or saying all?
Oh yeah, that's a sad thing. Also, what they told you in the
yeah.
car
So
too.
switched. Another thing they brought up. This was just yesterday in the car.
Yeah.
And it's like makes me sad. Blakeland, like out of the blue, was like, "Hey, Mom, all of my friends' parents are divorced."
Yeah.
And she started like naming them.
yeah.
I'm not.
I know,
I mean, there were like lots.
Yeah.
And then Corey was like, I think most of mine are married, but except for so and so and so and so. I'm like,
How y'all
that's
be knowing
interesting
that,
that's what they
kids
talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it just made me like, God, man, like I'm thankful, obviously. But then I'm like, how many of those marriages was it like they gave up too soon?
Yeah.
You know? Because like there's been plenty of times where I'll be like, let's go sign the papers.
You have?
Well, I mean, not
okay.
really.
I know.
But like,
to
I
me.
feel like people, how many of those marriages? Because what was the percentage of people who years later look back on their marriage and say we could have made that work?
Yeah.
And
I don't know
they
what the
didn't.
percentage was. Yeah,
It was a very high percentage of people that said I could have made our marriage work, and we chose to like separate. But regardless, divorce is a thing and it happens. But it's the amount of divorce. I mean, for Blakeland to not have one friend whose parents are married
Yeah.
makes me sad.
Yeah, for sure.
So anyways, that was a Debbie Downer, but what else you got?
I got one more lighthearted thing, and then we'll get into some heavy stuff. Well, not heavy stuff, but just not so lighthearted. Let's talk about me and my wife. Well, she has me watching The Bachelor, which is man,
We're into it, but this last one
these
shocked
girls
us.
they just cry so much. But this is what I want to talk about, and this shit pisses me off how much they cry. I want to talk about none of these girls on this show foreheads move. Like they just be stuck in a look. Like, listen, man, when I say this, you people that do it, don't take it the wrong way.
I was going to say everyone does it. So
everyone that does it, don't take it the wrong way. And when I say this, it's not no controlling over my wife or anything like that. My wife can't get, when I say my wife can't get, don't take it the wrong motherfucking way. My wife is, I don't, I'm going to say how I want to say it.
You don't want me to get it.
I don't want you to get it. I don't want to say I don't allow her, but I don't want her to get it. She can't get no.
He's talking, you don't even know what you're talking about yet.
She can't get no Botox. She can't get no lip fillers. She can't get no face fillers. She can't do fake tits. We don't do none of that. I don't even like titties. That's a side note.
God.
So I don't.
You just offended.
I like that. I like
90% of the population.
I like the little titties. I'm into them. But what I'm trying to say is, these women foreheads don't move.
But you
they
didn't
cheeks
even
look like this. They lips look like this, and that shit's crazy. And I don't like it. And I don't understand why y'all do it. Like, why do they do it?
I think most women do it because it's just normal. Like it's just
I love
normal.
the way we age and gracefully. That's how God. I just want to age and just do it how it's supposed to be done.
Yeah, but it's hard. It's hard. But the what I don't get is like when you're 20 doing it, like you have no reason to need Botox or fillers. I understand like the older you get and you start to see your wrinkles and you don't feel old, but you start to look old and wanting to stay looking young. Like I get that. But that's what I told you.
But who wants
I
to go to
do
with these big old puffy lips and them shit's hurting? You can't suck out of a straw.
Because
you can't
we
get
think that's what men
husband oral
like,
sex.
and y'all tend to give that attention on Instagram and da. That's what you like. That's what y'all like.
This is it.
This is. I know that you say that, but you didn't even realize. Like you wouldn't even know when you looked at a girl if she had her boobs done, her butt down, her
I can tell from
fillers
the face and the forehead not moving and no facial expression.
Well, that's because now you're looking for it. But before you had no idea.
But it was how many girls go on there first? Let's say 40 girls go on The Bachelor. 39 of them got it. It might be one that's natural, like in the face.
Yeah.
With these, like y'all know, I know y'all probably know what y'all putting in y'all face, but that's crazy. With these injections y'all putting in y'all lips and in y'all cheeks and y'all forehead, that's crazy to get Botox because you don't want your wrinkles to show.
Yeah, Yeah, but is it crazy? Because there's men out there that leave their wives for a 20-year-old. So maybe they're trying to stay looking young and feeling good.
Okay, so let me say this. I personally, Dre Jones, I don't like it. I like how you look naturally and you age gracefully with how it's supposed to be in life.
I would get like a mini facelift.
She won't be able to get that either.
Why? It's not putting anything into...
It's a surgery.
It's a surgery, but it's not like injecting.
It's fine. You won't get that. I mean, she won't be able to get that on my watch.
They say J-Lo does that.
Oh,
That's when she's still... J-Lo's what, 50-something years old?
Yeah. So is Sade.
And doesn't have not a thing, and her face moves. So they say she just gets these like mini little face pullbacks.
Okay. But so yeah, the Bachelor, he picked 4 girls that we
were shocked
that we didn't think that he was going to pick.
Almost every time on The Bachelor or Bachelorette, you pick who's going to hometowns. It's going to be this one, this one, this one, and this one.
For sure.
2 this time went home.
Yeah.
That we did not see coming.
For sure.
I was like, what and what?
Yeah.
And it shows how much girls get in their head. He has a connection with one, and he would have like stayed with that connection, and she just spiraled and created all this drama.
Facts.
And then it affected their relationship, and none of it was like needed or necessary.
Yeah.
It just shows how like men don't do this, what women do. Like just constant.
I hate all the crying.
Overthinking.
God, this crying is crazy. They just cry so much.
And that's what gets me. Like, you're on a show where he's dating multiple women. Why are you mad when he talks or kisses another woman? Like, you literally know this is what's going to happen.
It's been 10 days. Y'all acting.
In 10 days in.
Just shit's crazy.
I know. But we watch it.
But enough of The Bachelor and the fillers and the Botox. And,
I don't think those are going
and then
anywhere.
Y'all faces be bruised up when you get it done. When you first get the fillers in, look like your boyfriend and beat you up.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Madness.
It's temporary. The bruises are temporary.
So you think it's a high percentage of women get any one of these things done?
Yes.
Do you want to get it done, baby?
I don't want any fillers.
Okay.
I would definitely do Botox.
Definitely not doing it. We're not shooting needles in the damn forehead. That's crazy. Like, I can see, I'm glad all your facial expressions show. Like, I want to know when you're happy.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about? You people, they be looking crazy.
No, face taping is a thing, but I just can't imagine. They say it really works. Can you imagine me going to bed every night with tape all over my face? And this is what women get to do so that we age gracefully.
Yeah.
Tape my face all up. They say it works really well.
I'm just going to age like I'm supposed to age. I ain't going to dye my gray hair. I'm going to age like I'm supposed to age.
Whatever. It's so different for men.
I'm going to age
so different for men. You get more and more good looking.
Whoop.
And then you leave me when you don't want me. Then I'm old and wrinkly.
Yeah.
And then you leave me for a 30-year-old.
Probably not.
35-year-old.
I'm saying that's probably won't happen. 80% chance that won't happen. Let's get into.
You shouldn't hate it. That's what they want to do.
Well,
to make
I'm not hating. I'm just
better.
saying it don't work. I don't like it. I'm not hating if you do. I don't like it though.
Yeah.
Let's get into this one thing that I want to talk
I feel
about.
like my nose is running. It's
not.
Okay.
I will tell you. Hey, so I want to talk about like protecting your partner, protecting the woman you love and your wife and everything. So let's say you have a situation where, let's say the wife and let's say her brother, they're getting into it. A wife and her brother are getting into it. You know what I'm saying? They're having some issues and all that. The brother gets mad at the wife, you know, and they go back and forth through text messages, or maybe it'd be some name calling or whatever that type of deal is, right? And the wife confides into the husband, hey, this is what's going on. My brother's making me feel this way. He said this about me, did this and said this, whatever. And this has happened multiple times, 3 or 4 times, 5 times, 6 however times it happened. And the wife always says, hey, I don't want you to say nothing, don't say that. Because the husband is, you know, probably like, yeah, what the fuck? I'm tired of that shit. I'm going to say something. When is it the right time to where you say, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. I'm finna address this and have to step in. Is there a right time to do that?
Are you asking me this question?
No, I'm asking the fellas out there.
Yeah.
Because let me say this. I feel like they can feel this energy that I have right now. Let me say this. I'm gonna look into the camera. you got one more. I don't want to say you got one too, because now they kind of. You got one more time. I'm gonna give you one more time. I'm gonna give you one more time, man. To if my wife tells me one more time about an incident that's going on or how you made her feel, I got to do what I'm supposed to do as a husband and protect my wife.
But what is that? What does that protection look like?
What that protection looks like is this way. You talking to my wife. I don't give a damn if it's your sister. I don't give a damn if it's your daddy talking to you in a certain way. Mm-hmm. Daddy don't matter no more. Brothers don't matter no more. Mama don't matter no more. I'm your husband. I got to protect you. And I'm not finna let nobody talk to you like they crazy or feel a certain way because they ain't their feelings. So I'm gonna say this. Mm-hmm. You got one more time to talk to my wife in a manner that she feels hurts her feelings, and I'm gonna address it. But listen though, I'm gonna do it in a nice way. Mm-hmm. This is how I'm gonna do it. I'm practicing. Hey, listen, my dude. You made Jenni feel a certain way. You know, I know y'all, I never got involved in y'all family stuff just because, you know, I want to stay out of that and she tells me to stay out of it. But, you know, next time if you do this, I'm going to have to, I'm going to have to address it. And then that's going to be the nice text. Yeah. If he texts back aggressively, because you know them Twitter fingers, y'all get aggressive on these keyboards. If he texts back,
but that's why I think these conversations should be done in person.
For sure. But if it was a text, and if he texts back something aggressively, mm-hmm. then I'm not even going to say anything back but 2 words, and that's probably like, "I'll see you soon." Is that 3 words? I'll see you soon, and that either means A, the next family function I'm gonna see you, or B, I'm finna drive 3 hours to come see you.
Right.
But regardless, I'm not gonna.
There's no violence that should ever happen.
But what I'm saying is there's only so much that I can allow somebody to talk to my wife in a crazy way, even if it's a brother, a sister, a mama, a daddy. There's only so much I can do. So I want to ask y'all, what's the draw? What's the straw? Or draw, whatever. What's the straw?
I'm big on this. And there's a podcast with Jay Shetty going around right now. Mm-hmm. And Mel, I don't know her name. I should. I do mm-hmm. follow her too. But they do a podcast together, and she has this big movement right now of like, let them is what she says. Okay. So it's let them, and then the hardest part is then let me. So, and I feel like I did this with my dad. I had to let him be who he is. Yeah. I already know who he is. I know what to expect. Therefore, I cannot anymore subject any of my energy to him. So there's certain times and certain people where you have to let them be who they are and know that that's who they are. That's what we're going to expect. I'm no longer surprised, shocked, upset, mad, angry, happy at anything they do because they have shown me who they are so many times that it doesn't matter to me anymore. I'm not. You
got one more time to talk to my wife like you crazy.
I'm not going to give them the energy because that is now taken from your day. Yeah. All that energy that you just passed over.
For sure. But he got one more. They got one more time. One more time. I'm gonna give him one more time. One more time. And it's gonna it ain't gonna be fun.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes you just have to let people be who they are.
Okay. I'm gonna let them be who they gonna be.
Let them.
But they got one more time, and then it ain't gonna be no more.
Let them.
I'm not gonna play no more games.
I get it. Moving
I'm not gonna play no more games. I'm telling you now. One more time. Okay. Make this a part of the snippet.
No.
Make this part of the snippet, or make it a part of the what is that thing we doing? What is that? The teaser. One more time to talk to my wife like you crazy. One more time, and then you can put the "we back" in that too, because you got one more time.
Hey, you guys.
We're not playing. I'm not playing that because I just want to know when it. But it's really to piggyback on like protecting your wife.
Right.
If it was somebody else, you know, I would have been already whoop their ass. But since it's a family member, I take a back seat and let you deal with those family problems yourself.
Interesting.
But because you know it's family, I don't want to ever stir up anything in the family situation.
Well, it just makes things
but
weird
you
and
have
awkward.
to be able to protect your wife.
Yeah.
And I don't feel. And it makes me feel like I'm not protecting you if I don't say nothing.
So, like, say the roles are reversed. Is a wife when is the wife supposed to protect her husband?
I don't need no protection.
So, like, in no.
That's my job.
I know. So nowhere if somebody says something crazy to you, a girl or whatever says something crazy, like I'm not supposed to ever step in.
Well, yeah, you can, but I'm saying I can already dead that anyway. But I'm saying if you wanted to, if you felt that you had to, then for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So remember the time that I tried to hit a girl over the head with a bottle?
Yeah.
I feel like what happened in that moment? Like, I shouldn't have tried to do that, probably.
Yeah.
But she was like doing too much. Like, how were you protecting me in that moment? Because I felt like you knew it was getting too far.
Because I protect you in that. Well, you already you're already ready to grow. I'm protecting you because what I'm saying is this: if you hit the head in the bottom, you can't go to jail.
I was going to jail that
I know,
night.
but you can't go to jail. You won't make it. Is what I'm saying.
In jail.
You won't make it. You even on the blue chairs when you first, there's just a waiting. You won't make it. Not saying you can't fight, but I'm just saying emotionally, anxiety wise, you won't make it. What I'm saying is, if something was to happen and I had to go touch somebody, pause, not in that way, but if I had to go put my hands on somebody, I'm all right. I'll be fine being in. I don't have a problem. What I'm saying is like I wouldn't have a problem.
Yeah, but then how? Okay, so there's like I'm just playing like devil's advocate.
You're not doing a good job.
So you protected me,
yeah,
but now you're in jail.
For sure.
So now how are you going to protect me? Because you're in jail.
Well, I got bond money, but what I'm saying is I got to protect. It goes by any means necessary. You don't never supposed to let nobody do any disrespecting of your wife anyway. It just goes by. That's just what it is. I'm not playing no games.
Okay.
I didn't let it go. I didn't let it slide for the sake of you and your mama.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I could have been acted a fool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So one more time.
Okay.
Yeah. Run tell that. You know who you are. Go run tell that. Run tell that is what I want you to do. Run tell that.
Okay.
Okay.
Moving on.
You uncomfortable?
I mean, just
okay. I'm just sorry. I had to get it out. It'll be a nice. It'll be nice text. I won't say nothing crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not saying that it was us.
This is not our family.
We're not saying it's our family.
This is not our family.
We're just fighting. We're not saying it's our family, but if it was, you know what I mean.
That would be weird.
That'd be super weird. I was gonna talk about the business with friends, but we ain't got that much time. Let's talk about this. Let's get that. What the viewer wanted.
Oh yeah, except
Did you take notes? Did you do
that? I know I have it. So we have a viewer who wrote us this, and she has a question.
Yeah.
And Dre could answer too.
Dre could answer too. Okay.
She feels like her husband is a lot like you in the sense that he's confident. He can come across as cocky and arrogant. And she is stubborn. So he's cocky and arrogant and she's stubborn. And so communication is difficult between the two.
Yeah.
So she's asking for some communication tips because he feels as if things aren't perfect, then there's a problem. Or if she doesn't agree with him, he gets defensive and feels like everything is disrespectful. So if she disagrees with him, he feels disrespected.
For sure.
But she's saying, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I just don't agree. But they're stubborn and he's arrogant. And so their communication is not the best, is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
What I would start with is I wonder how long they've been together. Because the way we communicated 15 years ago is totally different than the way we communicate now.
Yeah.
So like, depending on, I don't know like how old they are, how long they've been together, like what's their history. And I feel like some of that plays a part or in a role. But what were you going to say? And then
no, go ahead.
So I think for communication, even though he might be like you have to figure out what's best, how y'all communicate together is best.
Yeah.
But you have to be able to listen, So like there's something that's causing him to think it's disrespectful every time. So there is a breakdown in why he feels that way. Like what is the tone? Because most of the time it's the tone that is creating this feeling of disrespect or where people immediately get what's the word? Like they're on guard because of the tone. And it's
or like when anybody puts a thumbs up on your text messages.
Yeah. We don't do those anymore.
I know you don't.
But I didn't know it bothered you.
Yeah.
And so you communicated it to me. And read the time and the place. Like, if y'all are already on each other's nerves, like, now is not the time to be like, let's have this conversation.
Yeah.
Like, be in a good mood and say, hey, when this happened, how could I have done better? Like, how could I have done better for you in that moment?
For sure.
To where it doesn't make you feel like I'm disrespecting you, because I'm not trying to. So like, how would you want me to address it? And see what his response is. Like, see what he needs and wants from that.
Yeah.
Right.
And then also, she said that, you're not always going to agree on stuff. Like, I don't know if it's big things or little things y'all are disagreeing on that he finds disrespectful. But like I said, men view love as respect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you are disrespecting him and he feels that way, he's obviously not feeling like loved, because respect is love for most men. And so
they want to feel love, respect, appreciated.
For sure. But I'm saying, like, love, showing respect tells a man that you love him.
Feeling respect is one of the biggest things for men. So that's definitely something that has to be addressed. And so maybe ask him, like, how can I show respect? I saw, I sent it to you, I think, where it was like, we come from two different backgrounds, right? So for someone who maybe he was never shown respect or love or whatever, and so he's searching for it. So figure out, like, how he receives love and respect, and then try to, because there's things I've had to, like, really change about myself in order to make sure you feel everything that you need to feel. But sometimes that doesn't happen until, like, the longer you're together and the more you work through, the more you realize, like, okay, this is what he needs. But sometimes it's an ego check to yourself. Like, you think, oh, I'm doing this, and this, and then shit still goes wrong. And then you literally have to look into yourself. Like, marriage will make you really, like, look at yourself. That's what marriage does. Because if your partner isn't happy, then it's on you. It's not always it's their problem, it's their fault. Sometimes it's you, and, like, figure out what your energy is like and what your communication style is like. Like, we talked just today, like, I'm figuring stuff about myself right now, how I avoid stuff. Not that I didn't know it, but I didn't really dig deep into why I avoid it so much. But I avoid confrontation by all cost almost. Like, I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable. So, like, figuring out what each other's triggers are and tone.
Yeah.
And then relearning each other.
For sure. And I don't think you avoid confrontation. I think you avoid it, but I think you avoid it with family and friends, not with other people.
Oh, not with other people.
Yeah, you ready to pop off.
Yeah, I don't care about other people.
For sure.
But when it's...
You don't care. You don't care about confrontation with other people. Don't say you don't care about other people. You just don't care about confrontation with other people, for sure.
Yes, I care about others.
Yeah.
But if you cross me, I don't care about. I won't hold back how I feel in that moment. Friends and family is totally different for me. Like, sure. I avoid confrontation by all costs with friends and family.
But yeah, so y'all need to communicate. Y'all need to talk. If he's feeling disrespected, y'all need to figure out why he's feeling disrespected.
Yeah.
And respect goes, both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's gonna have to, if he is cocky and arrogant, he has to check himself too. For sure. Like, he's got to start looking at himself and being like, I say these things or do these things, and that is disrespectful to her. So then she might be triggered. Like you said, like, sometimes, like, off jump when you walk in the door, like, check your energy at the door. Like, did I have a long day? When I walk in here, she's been dealing with the kids all day long. She's gonna be on 10. Let me, like, give each other grace. Like, y'all, there's a lot going on when you're married with kids, and I think they have kids.
Yeah.
So there's a lot. There's a lot going on.
We're about to close out, but let me give y'all another tip, fellas. Next week, pop up on your girl with some roses, man. You know what I'm saying? Pay for a little lunch or something. Pay for a little old hair to get done, and just have a good day,
Give
man.
the girls a tip. You know what got me this lunch and these flowers?
What?
That gooch.
What? Taylor, close your ears. I don't know what the hell she just said on the like. Hey, listen. Like I said, back to a serious note. Hey, this is Coffee with Jenni and Dre.
You say the most inappropriate things all the time.
You can catch us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, all that good stuff, man. We are back for another season. This is episode 51. And like I said, do y'all know who Toby is? Toby from Houston. He's a rapper. He does all the best shit.
I was like, Toby
He's got a song. It's called Try Jesus, Not Me. So you got one more time.
Oh my God.
And this is Coffee with Jenni and Dre. And we out. Peace.
I think that was perfect.